What's going on, everyone? I want to cover this Microsoft studio closures down controversy. First things first is so let's take a look at this real quick. Tom Warren, smart guy, and I'm going to agree with him on this, and I'm going to make this quite clear. Basically, what I want to tell you about is this is not about defending Phil Spencer either, but more like telling you that he is the scapegoat, and that what's really going on is Microsoft being Microsoft, the Microsoft that we knew in the '90s that manipulated the market to get Internet Explorer in the position that it's in, and to be able to just have Windows dominate everything. And they're doing the same thing that they're doing now, monopolizing, putting people out of jobs, just to be number one, or try to, right? Because that's one thing I love about the gaming industry is that you can't do that. You know what I mean? It has a soul, but they'll do whatever they can, get in a much better position if they're not getting their way. And why people need to realize that Phil Spencer is just the guy that's going to be listening to the superiors, who's at the top of the company of Microsoft itself, not the gaming division. The $1 trillion Microsoft has nothing to do with Xbox. And what I mean by that is that how much money they make is really based off of what I just told you that happened as a software company. That's the Microsoft that's actually doing all of this. Phil Spencer doesn't have the power to control all that. He's just going to say yes and do what's needed. Since Satya Nadella has gotten involved, it is now Microsoft. It's not Xbox anymore, and people need to understand that. So this is not about necessarily feeling bad for Phil Spencer, but just understanding that he's the scapegoat that people see, and that not only is Nadella a huge power controller in this, but also the superiors of that company that people just don't know exist. It's just like politics, guys. Phil Spencer is the front man. But right here, Tom Warren says the whole it's no longer Xbox, but Microsoft Gaming stuff is it's been like that for 2 years, of course, and was announced at the same time as the Activision acquisition. Microsoft didn't spend 68 billion on Activision just for Xbox, and Adalia made that clear before. Let's just listen to what he's saying real quick.
Jacob asks about the health and future of Xbox. Satya, could you give an update on our gaming business?
Yeah, obviously, we're very, very excited about everything that's going on in gaming, especially with the close of Activision, Blizzard, and King. We think that now we have the ability to really do what we always set out to do, which is build great games and deliver them to folks across all platforms, right? Which is Xbox or and consoles, the PCs, and now even include.
See, he already had that vision. Want to go to PlayStation and even go to Nintendo. He didn't just say PC, he said all platforms. It's already in his mind. But in order to do that, if you monopolize and get somebody like Activision, Bethesda, you're going to be able to be a very strong third party publisher. He even had an article making sure that we've had more first place games on PlayStation than any other title, in the past month or two. So it's a vision that he already had. He's getting involved. We're going to continue that, though, eventually.
Including mobile gaming and cloud gaming. So we're excited about the future. We want to do our very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us. But also, I see...
We want to do our very best work in gaming. It's a poor business from us. So he's involved now. He says we. Now he's talking about Microsoft, guys. This is not Xbox by itself before, because to him, it's just poor if you leave it like that. We need to change that. We, Microsoft, and the superiors. Not Phil Spencer, because that was already tried. He did what he can. Ain't nobody gonna do better. I'll just promise you that, because there's only so much you could do in the gaming industry. Google tried with Stadia. You know what I mean? Even Amazon. This is what, as a gamer, and you guys know what I mean, that you should love about the gaming industry. You can't come in here and just buy it and get in first place. I love that. You know what I mean? And that's just awesome. But Microsoft's gonna do whatever they can, though. And the only reason they're still around is because they're a $1 trillion company. Everyone else we know, Sega went bankrupt. Damn near. And everyone else just got out. Because it's hard. The only reason Microsoft can survive is because they have so much goddamn money. So they can make these decisions and fuck up more than anyone else. Nintendo knows they can't do that. Sony knows they only have a certain, amount of screwing up. But there's only so much you can do. But Microsoft, they can mess up as much as they want.
Tremendous synergy between what we're doing up and down the AI stack. I always say Microsoft's not a conglomerate. We have one platform that we express through multiple different addressable.
You see what he said? They're not multi-conglomerate. They're one platform that likes to express. So they want the gaming industry now in that. It's the way they see it. and they're going to control all of it. This means Microsoft, not Phil Spencer. See, this is just understanding how things work so people can stop just attacking him like he's making all these decisions and he's the guy with all of that power. Guys, not really. And he's actually not as bad as you think he is. But I'm not saying he's a great person, and you should look at him as a great person. And, no, he's not too bad, honestly. There's far worse. But basically, what I'm saying is that he does care, but there's only so much he can do. He's going to defend his position. Not only that, but some of the things he did say about like caring about those studios and they're doing a good job, he probably does mean that. He's a gamer, he's played games before. But then what are you gonna do if your superiors step in and hover over you like that and say you gotta do what we say, you know what I mean? Or you're gonna lose your job. He's not gonna lose his job. He loves his job. He loves gaming, he wants to help it, but he can't say no. So I want you to think about that position. This is not about feeling sorry for him, but this is about understanding that, oh, like politics, they're the ones in the back making those huge decisions. And even if he did say all those good things, then you see that it's contradicted. He's a liar and all this. Not necessarily he can't go against what they say. That's just the way that this game works now. The gaming industry didn't used to be like this. I hate that this is the way that politics comes in with all this gambling and all this other stuff. I'm a gamer. I've been gaming since NES days. I've seen the state of the industry from that time all the way here to now. So I understand everything that's going on. I'm not going to just come in here and be casual. No, I'm a damn boomer. You know what I mean? I'm hardcore. I've beaten thousands of games. I've watched, everything happen in the gaming industry and how it got to this section right here and seeing what's going on. And now it's being used like a monopoly. Now you got all these CEOs in suits and ties coming in here a certain way where there used to be more heart and soul into it, real development, not all these microtransactions and all this gambling and gotcha, all this shit that I just don't like. But guess what? When it comes to profit and a capitalist society, that's exactly what happens. But let's get back to finishing what he's going to say here.
Markets, and gaming is one. So when I think about
markets and gaming is one. So it's now a part of a market that they do not, like he said, it's poor. They do not want it to be poor. So Microsoft's going to do whatever it takes, and getting Activision is a way to make them look more richer.
AI, what we're doing at the infrastructure layer or what we will do at the edge, it's sort of the same set of transistors that first were used for graphics, guess what, are being used for AI. So you can connect the dots and see why gaming is going to be more strategic to us.
So basically what he's telling you is that be prepared for AI to be involved in a lot of things. It's going to be a lot. And I guarantee you guys, if we go search articles, we're going to see that AI is going to be a thing. Obviously, machine learning has been a part of that. That's going to be integrated in a lot of development going forward, and Microsoft's going to make sure that happens. Not necessarily the people in the Xbox game division are going to have to listen to Microsoft. This is now Microsoft's control now, not the Xbox CEO and the head division or Sarah Bond and all those people. They're just going to play the politics game with you. That's why she dodged that question the other day and did what she did. Guess what? She has to. She knows who's watching her. Gonna lose her job. See? So they don't want to lose that job. Nobody wants to lose those jobs. But this just gives you an idea, and I'm glad Tom Warren did this because it's very important to think about that. Now let's go over here to right here what Mike Ybarra was saying. This hurts him as much as anyone else. Former Blizzard president Mike Ybarra defends Phil Spencer's Xbox leadership. Some thoughts should not be shared. I would say that it does. But the thing is that, and think about this, Mike Ybarra left because he didn't agree with certain things Phil Spencer was doing. He didn't agree with some of his decisions. So it's not like he's being fake. He's not. He's saying that because it's actually genuine. You know what I mean? But then you have some people that come down and said that the whole of Xbox tobacco continues and people all over the industry are speaking their minds about what happened on May 7th. Mike Ybarra, former president of Blizzard, talked about his long post in X. He mentioned that how Phil Spencer is probably feeling down with the decision to shut down 4 different studios, but it's not his decision. He's the one making the decision, and he has to be the scapegoat and take the heat. People quickly replied to this post saying that Ybarra should focus on the people who have just lost their jobs and not the millionaire who's still the company's head and is making these controversial decisions. Okay, so people should be more sympathetic about the people that lost their jobs. But the point is that whether he does or not, it's not going to get them back their jobs. He's just defending a friend of his. Whether they're millionaires or not, they're friends. So he's just defending his friends. And a lot of people are going to go, help those people out. And I would say that on that comment, if you do want to do that, then you better help them get a job or something. Help them get a good position if you're going to help out. Going and doing that and nothing is changing is just a waste of time. And of course, Phil Spencer's going to keep his job because he does a good job at what he does, but there's only so much he can do now. Has he made bad decisions in the past in the Xbox One era? Absolutely, he's not perfect. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course. But on that comment, I would say if you do want to focus on the people who have just lost their jobs, then help them get a job. Then, not just make a little. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. That's not going to get them a job. You know what I mean? Get them a position. And actually, not all of them got fired. Some of them got sent to ZeniMax. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that happened. So the way that these CEOs are looking at it, they spent so much money on Activision that they want to see profit. You want to know why they shut down Tango Gameworks and all those people? Hi-Fi Rush may have been a great game. I beat it. I love that game. You know what I mean? It was a fantastic game. But how much profit did it make? Well, I'm speaking from the mind of the suits. Oh, so this much we can put it on PlayStation? They're not making us any profit. We look poor. Shut them down. Send them over there and shut these people down. Redfall was an embarrassment. We don't see them doing anything, and obviously, they lost a lot of people midway development too in Redfall, so they probably won't be able to produce anything profitable. So, what's the best thing to do? Me, I would say, send them to other parts of the company then and keep them on the roll, and have them focus on some like Fallout spinoff or something. I promise you that's what they're probably doing. We have to see how the plans lay out first. But obviously, I still don't agree with like the shutdown like that. But guess what? This is what happens when the suit and ties gets involved. So this is not wholeheartedly Phil Spencer's decision. This is something that he has to do to please those people at the top. So that's the truth. If people would be able to get to them and attack them, or just come to the CEO, that would be better because these are the people who have the power to make those decisions. But a lot of them are invisible and you can't see them. That's why I say this is the president political chicanery that's being poured on the masses, then they have them attacking the scapegoat. But really, attacking Phil Spencer is not going to make them change their minds. They don't give a fuck. And I'm just going to be real with you guys about it. They don't care that they close those studios down. All they care about is profit. And I'm going to tell you guys the way this industry works. It is going to get more increasingly ugly. It is going to get more increasingly elite oriented. It's going to be elitism, top of the top, the rich getting richer, and the people who don't make it, you just get dumped off, and it's going to be more inhuman. This is how it's going to be. And you're going to see these mega giant tech corporations just eating up other small studios and feeding the ones that are just the superior ones in their mind. That's this game that is going on, and that's exactly how it's going to continue to go forward. So don't look for sympathy. Don't sit there and think that they're going to care that they shut that down. They don't. Even a $1 trillion company, you really think this hurt them? Come on, guys, let's be real. No. So that's why I say attacking Phil Spencer, not gonna change anything. And he don't have the power that you think he does. So what Mike Yabir is saying about him is that that it hurts him and he cares. Phil Spencer it has humanity in him. He does care. He has a family, he has a child, you know what I mean? He's a guy that actually does care about gaming. He does. But sometimes does he make the best decisions? I can't say he does, but this is just about understanding that it's not his fault, guys. It's really just Microsoft being Microsoft when they don't get their way. They're going to monopolize. They're going to dump people out like they did when they were doing Windows back in the days to get in the position that they are when Bill Gates was there. It's just who they are. They were that way before Phil Spencer even existed in the company. It's just who they are. And you gamers, guys, we need to understand this. People need to be more intelligent and realize who to attack and who to go after if you want to do that. Even though you may not change anything, but let them know. Go to the CEO. Go to the higher ups. Phil Spencer can only do what he can. He can only do so much. So, but about the Fallout nuking and all that, that guy's been wanting to do that. What's interesting is he's building up a way to nuke back, but that's just him being humorous. You know what I mean? But guys, like I said, doing that, it's not going to change anything. He's a strong guy. He's not going to come back. He's not going to say anything. This is why Mikey Bear came and did that, because he knows him. He's just going to just be silent. And he's going to let it die down. He's going to come back on his interviews, and he's going to know the right things to say. You know that, just like what Sarah Bond said. He said exactly what she was supposed to do. or she's going to lose her position. Just like the CEO or one of the main guys of Helldivers who actually defended his fans. What happened to him? He got fired. See? There's always somebody up in a higher position in this evil demonic realm. It's principalities, guys, that are going to see if you're going to defend them. Oh, you're defending the community? Making us look bad? Fire them. If you're in that position, do you really want to lose your job? No, you don't. But guess what? He defended the community, but guess what? What they're going to do. That's why a lot of them don't do that. So you can't say that, sometimes they're wrong. Like, even defending the community, it doesn't help because they're going to come and put their foot on your face. It's just the way that it works. Like I said, it's an ugly world. So that's just how it is. And these people know this. But look, this guy says shit flows up the river. This is on Phil and the other higher ups. When you outwardly say Tego is doing great, then in the next breath you shut them down. It's entirely on you, and you get no sympathy from me. But guess what? This is not Phil's decision. It's the higher ups' decision, as we already explained. But at least he said other higher ups because he knows that. That's exactly what's going on here. But yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted to cover here, guys. So you can understand what's going on in this industry if you didn't. And if some of you thought this was just Phil Spencer, it's not. He don't have that much power like you think when it comes to these type of decisions. He didn't get the 68 billion from the Xbox game department. He got it from Microsoft because Microsoft is now involved. So give somebody that much money, think they're not going to get involved? Yeah, they're not going anywhere. So we're going to be seeing what they're going to be doing now. Xbox is pretty much not Xbox anymore, guys. It's Microsoft. And one thing I can say that I like about the idea of Game Pass is that it benefits all of us. So it's not like this is hurting you guys. Game Pass benefits all of us on PC and Xbox. It's great. I love Game Pass. All this other stuff, profit and all that, guys, it's not your salary. It's in that world. It's not your world. There's nothing wrong with having sympathy for people to lose their jobs. They still have more money than most of you easily. I promise you that. So just be careful who you're defending. Remember who they're working for. They knew who they were working for. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's just keep it real here, not be fake. All right. Like, subscribe if you guys like this type of content. I'll be bringing you more. All right. Peace out. You guys have a good day.